It is female Fierce Female Friday, Fashion Dolls, and welcome back to an all-new episode of Style by Stevie. Our very special guest today is no stranger to the dollhouse. She's been on the show previously twice, and today we are going to be catching up with her to see what she's been up to since then. Please forgive me for my tardiness and everything, Fashion Dolls. I had to make sure that my tripod was set up the right way, and that you guys could see me, and that you guys could hear me. Hi, Armageddon Diva. Hi, Madeline. Welcome to the dollhouse, and without further ado, let's welcome our beautiful special guest. I call her our Silkstone Barbie. Ladies and gentlemen, Elin Margareta Nordin. Hello, hello, beautiful. Can you hear me?
Uh, no, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Okay.
Can you speak now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect. Welcome to the dollhouse again, beautiful. Always a great time catching up with you. I told the fashion dolls I gave you a nickname. You are a Silkstone Barbie because you remind me so much of her. So before we get into catching up on what you've been up to, because Mick told me everything, so much has happened since our last girl talk. Now, how has 2024 been for you so far? This is the last day in this month of May we're having. Like, we're wrapping up. May went by so fast. So how has your May been so far?
Well, May has been exciting. It's been warm and cold and rainy, and it's shown me a lot of good things moving forward, career-wise and personal life. It's just been good.
And the same for me. Like, down here in the Carolinas, it's been hot, it's been cold, it's been windy. We've been experiencing everything. And one of my guests this week, she said the same thing, rage. She said that Mother Nature is not happy at all right now. So it's been a lot going on with this weather, but it is great to know that everything has been going well for you because you've been on a streak, girl. Like, so much has happened since then. Mick told me she's excited, and I'm pretty sure she's going to come in any minute, but she kind of put me up on what you've been up to. So let's go down the list here, shall we? Because Elin has been doing her thing, Fashion Dolls. Do you hear me? Since we last talked, she has won 2 awards with the script she did with an American journalist, Paul Bagnall, a horror TV series. She has a lot that is coming out. And she did some things in Spain as well, too, at a shop. And I'm pretty sure she has some more shoots coming up with Madeline. So Madeline has been teasing some things. So I pay attention. I just sit back and I observe. But you have been working, girl. Congratulations on these wins. And plus, it was Cannes Film Festival season because there was a lot going on, a lot of film premieres at Cannes and Paris. And Venice, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more film festivals. So tell us, what was it like to find out that you won the awards, and what was your parents' reaction to it, to finding out?
Well, my parents are always proud, like they always are, very supportive. They, I mean, even if they've been through it with me before, where I've won awards, for them it's always exciting to see one of their daughters, like, or, any of their children, like, succeed in their career. So they're very, very proud. But when I found out, it was, Paul sent me a message. He was like, "We won." I was like, what's going on? I was very confused because I think I was like either resting or woke up in the morning, or it was like I just woke up and it was like it wasn't really connecting to me. And then I was like, "Oh yeah, we won." Like, so, but it's exciting. And now we worked so hard for the script. It's I'm so proud of it, and working with Paul on the script and sharing this with him, it's just been amazing.
Mick is here. Hey, Chef Ladybug, thank you for coming in. I know who that is from the nation. I'm so happy that you guys, thank y'all so much for showing me so much love and support and just checking out my interviews. I appreciate it. And Mick says, good evening, girls. We were just speaking about you, Mick, and your dad must be proud. He's got all, it's a house full of, you were telling me it's all girls.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to give all of his daughters the same praise, making sure that each and every girl is represented as well. But I know they are very, very proud of you because you have been working hard. And then to top it off, when we did our second, or I think our first interview, you were telling me about your podcast and stuff. So what can we expect this summer? Because we are officially in the summer months now for your podcast.
Well, I'm actually doing episodes about New Orleans because I'm going to New Orleans. So
Oh.
these couple of episodes is going to be about New Orleans. So yeah.
And you're going to enjoy yourself. Like the food there, the seafood boils there are out of this world. From I've
Yeah.
seen videos of it, it is amazing. So you're going to have a great time. And it's beautiful, just the culture, the scenery. New Orleans is one of the most, in my opinion, if you like color like myself, is one of the most vibrant, colorful places there is. Besides Venezuela, I mean, it's so many. I could go on, but you're going to have a great time. So, this project, the horror film, what can we expect? Though I know you can't give away too much, but what can we expect as far as characterized?
Oh, you mean the script that I work with Paul on?
Yes, yes.
Well, it's a series, and it's we are hoping for it to be sold to a company that can help us, like finance it so
Yeah.
we can, like get it started. And right now it's, competing in different, festivals. But it's really great, and it's wild and crazy, and it's just amazing. Just amazing. We worked so hard for it, and every time I every time I read it, I just like, wow.
And it gives you chills. I can't wait to see you in this project because you've done a number of roles, and then to see you also behind the lens as well too. This is going to be a very, I said this before to one of my guests in one of my girl talks that I did. 2024 is the year of the woman. Women, we are doing our thing. And we can clearly see that in Congress. We can see that in legislative. We can see that women, we are doing our thing. This is the year for us because you've been working very hard. And at the time we did our first interview, this woman here, she did her podcast. She's doing focusing on her acting career. She was focusing on her modeling career as well too. So y'all give it up to Elin. Like it's a balance being a woman in this business and having to balance everything out. And trust me, I know first-handedly. Shout outs to my brother K Toops. I spoke with him on the phone yesterday, and he called me because I was thinking that I had an interview. I've been doing so many interviews throughout the week, and I accidentally, funny story, y'all, I had a flyer made up and everything. So my guest that was supposed to come on said, you didn't put me down for anything. We didn't set up anything. So I made a flyer for him already. So, I mean, it's just like when you go on an airplane or something, you got flight withdrawals. I had that. Like, you've been so focused and in your bag focused on your work lately. You go on ahead and you already make a flyer. And when I called Don said we didn't have anything set up. So we went on ahead, and he's coming on the show in September, and so is Armageddon Diva. She's still here. She's coming on the show sometime as well too next month. So you guys make sure that y'all stay tuned for that. But yes, 2024 is definitely the year of the woman. We have been winning left and right, and Style by Stevie has been taking off so fast. Nick is doing well with her magazine. Ellen is doing her thing. Andrea is doing her thing. But yeah, all the women in the group that work for Original Magazine UK, we have been focused on every single thing that we are involved in. And even for writing for the magazine, us writing for the magazine as well too, it is a balance. So Ellen, for you, what advice would you give to other young women who are looking at the screen and saying, if these two women can do it, I can do it too?
Well, that's pretty much the same thought. Like, if they look at us and they say, they can do it, I can do it, then that is a huge step in the right direction. It's if you have that mindset and you put your heart and your soul into getting what you want without compromising your soul, then in the end, you're going to be able to lean back and you're going to be like, I worked really hard to get where I was and I'm proud of everything. So just think that you can do anything you want because you can.
Absolutely. Hi, Narada. Shout outs to my girl, Narada Velasquez. We did an interview and she just published basically a biography about her life. And if you guys have not seen it, you guys need to go and check it out. It is definitely worth reading. And the book is getting mad press, mad reviews. We got to catch up, girl. We were saying, thank you for coming in, Narada, because you came in at the perfect time. We were saying that 2024 is the year of the woman. We have had so many women excel through the acting industry, through Congress, through so many things in our careers. We have been putting in the work, and I know I definitely have, doing this platform 5 days a week, having to get up every morning, make sure my mom is good, and make sure that I'm prepared and ready to take on the day as well too. It is a balance. So shout outs to all, not only that, but it was also Mother's Day month. So we were pouring into the mothers who birthed strong women, who gave strong women a voice. And I can't thank my mom enough. And I'm pretty sure Elin here feels the same way. She said it in our previous interview about how her mom and her dad support her. But yeah, it was the time to pour into our moms. And it's so funny how the tables turn, because now as we're grown adults, we're taking care of them and making sure that they're straight. When we were younger, they took care of us and they had to put bandages on the boo-boos and send us to school, prom, all of these things. But it's so crazy how life turns around and the shoe was on the other foot. Now I'm having to take care of my mom. And I told one of my guests this week, it was Kevin J. Stone. I told him this in an interview. I said, I'm the mama now. She's not my mom. I'm her mom now. I'm having to take care of her and make sure that she's good. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys in the audience can relate to that as well too, when it comes to your parents, just them pouring into you, showing how much they love and they care and they support for you. You have to make sure that you return that favor back to them, because life goes around. And my thing is, give people their flowers while they're here now, because we've seen so many people come and go this year in 2024 that we would have never expected to go home to glory. So give people their flowers while they're here now. You better know it. Yes, Chef Ladybug, I'm telling you, girl. And like my mom, there is not, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us as women can take this in, that we love diamonds. We love diamonds, don't we, ladies? But the most precious diamond you can ever have in the world is your mother, and I don't take that for granted. Like, my mom is one of those hardworking women. She sacrificed a lot to make sure that me, because I have 4 brothers and I have 2 sisters. And I'm not the baby. My brother is the baby because he's like in his 20s. I'm in my 30s. I'm 30 years old. But to see how life goes around full circle and how we are now investing into ourselves and pouring into the women that gave birth to us, making sure that they're straight. You know, my mom will always, and it's okay to go back, and I'm pretty sure Elin does it too, and Mick the same. We go back and we ask our parents for advice on certain topics, on certain issues. And I know my mom has always been, I was talking about diamonds. We, you know, women, we love diamonds. Who doesn't love a Harry Winston or Tiffany and co? But the most precious diamond that you can ever have, the most precious one, is the unbreakable diamond, which is the black diamond. And our moms are our black diamonds because they sacrifice a lot. And it is the toughest to cut out of all the diamonds. When you cut them, there's a certain carat that you can only achieve. But a black diamond is very hard to cut. And our moms are black diamonds because they're unbreakable through everything that they've sacrificed and endured for us to be here as successful women. It shows living proof that we as women, we have to return the favor to them because they've given so much to make sure that our siblings and us, we had enough to eat, to have a roof over our head, to make sure that we have a decent education, to make sure that we have a decent career. Them not even knowing about show business. And I asked Elin this, I think in the first interview or the second one. Mick, I'm pretty sure you know. But I asked her, I said, was it always like a sibling rivalry thing? Or was it like, okay, moms have to make sure that everything is in order, discipline as well too. So I thank my mom for the moments that she's given me, the most precious things I wouldn't take for granted. She's taught me and my siblings, my brothers and my sister as well too, to basically have a voice. And if you have creativity going into your vision and in your purpose, that is the most beautiful thing. And I know my mom, our parents are sort of reluctant about us being in the showbiz because they're just like, you want to do what? You want to be an actress? You want to be a singer? You want to be a dancer? They'd be like, what kind of dancer? So, but that's our moms. That helicopter mom, that's everybody's mom. Mothers, think of birds. The mother bird is the very protective over her baby birds in her nest. She is going to defend her baby birds. She's not going to let anybody get to those birds. So our moms are the birds of the nest. They will make sure that the baby birds, us, are okay, that we're fed and everything. She's not going to leave them unattended. And even when you think that she's not there watching, she'll swarm out of nowhere and protect her baby birds. So mothers are the same way, and I know my mother is. She's very protective. But when I told her I wanted to have a talk show or start, my own little platform, she was reluctant about it too. She said, and I'm pretty sure Elin got the conversation from both of her parents too, my mom as well. What are you going to do? What is going to be your backup plan? You're going to medical school. You're going to do something. And so for me, I took up cosmetology. And a lot of people don't know that, but I took up cosmetology. The reason why my hair is always on point is because of these hands right here. I do my own hair. And sometimes I'll go to a salon, I'll go to a stylist, but that was my backup plan. I went to beauty school and I got my license, passed it, took my course this year, and I talked about it. My instructors were amazing. So going into this business, tomorrow's not promised, so you have to make sure that you have a backup plan. And I can remember when I did my interview with Marcus Rux. Marcus Rux has a dog walking business where he watches over people's pets and grooms them, walks them, makes sure that they're good while they're at work. So I think that is genius. You got to have a backup plan because, again, I've seen a lot of people have the fame and the superstardom, and then tomorrow it's not promised. So you always have to have a point A to point B situation going on. And that was my mom's only concern. And I'm pretty sure Ellen, all of us in the entertainment, in the business or whatever, can relate to that. Our parents being concerned that, okay, you're going to have your success today. What about tomorrow? You got to have something to fall back on. So that was the only thing. But our moms love us genuinely, and they support us from point A to point B. And that is what's so important, is that we make sure that we watch out for these black diamonds, as I would say. These black diamonds are precious to us. And I know another woman that has been significant in my growth, as well as my grandmother. My grandmother is 81 years old. And I say she has the spirit of a 20-year-old. So it is literally a 20-year-old woman living through her body. Like my grandmother was in the hospital and she just recently got out. And y'all, the first thing she asked for was, she said, they got any steak in here? I said, my aunt, all she could do was laugh because my aunt was there with her. My mom was home and we called to check and make sure that she was good. She asked for a steak, y'all. And knowing hospitals don't serve steaks, you got to eat the food that's there. They'll give you like chicken tenders or little things like that. But she asked for a steak. So it was so funny. Everybody just started laughing at it. But that's that 20-year-old mindset that I was telling y'all, because that sounds like something that I would typically do in a hospital. If I'm sitting there on bed rest or whatever, I would be requesting all of the what we call extravagant foods, steak, filet mignon, all of these big things. But I love my grandmother. She's dear to me. She's very precious to me. And I wouldn't do anything without these two women in my life. My mom, my grandmother, and my sister, who's in heaven, rest in grace. Lost her in 2018, and I feel like her spirit is inside of me because I will do certain things, and I'll sometimes talk with my mom, and she'd be like, you think about her, don't you? I say, yeah. Mothers know everything. There's nothing you can't hide from them. Now, even when it pertains to being sad, mothers know. That Ellen, I'm pretty sure you've got it. You've got sisters, it's all girls. And I'm pretty sure your mom is like, there's nothing you can hide from me. It's a house full of women, and women we have and intuition. So we know it's like that antenna. You remember the cartoon characters, the antenna will stand up like, mothers will know those things. So Ella, for you, mother's instinct, tell us a time where your mom has known something there. You just like, oh my God, how does she know?
Oh, well, it's pretty much daily. My mom is very good with, like having that instinct. Um, and it's pretty much also the way if I say something and I can form it, like in the meaning when I talk about something, she noticed immediately if, I'm sad or, but we're very open. So like I will tell her, but even when I try to hide, she will know it. It's, it's like almost like a police dog or a bloodhound who will find anything. So.
She's not lying because it's woman intuition. Women, we have an intuition where we instantly know things, and not just from the gut instinct, but it's just like your mind tells you. And like Madeline said in the comments, mothers will always know everything and they will be one step ahead of you. So if you got a mom, please do not take it for granted. Pour into her and give her her flowers while she's here. I've seen so many people lose their moms and they're just like, oh my God, what would have she done if she was here? And I'm thankful to still have my mom. Let's just say at 20 years old, because I want to be able to live. I don't want to give out her age. So we know how moms are about the age, know how women in general are about the age. So I'm going to say my mom is in her 20s, her early 20s. I want to live and still be able to do Style by Stevie for y'all every day. But she has that gusto, that instinct where she knows instantly if you're sad. The same for Elin, she just said it. And there will be days, one day while I was in my room and I was writing, just writing, and then the next thing I was working on a puzzle and I hear a knock at the door and she knocks on the door and she'll say, you all right in there? Because they'll know. We shut up in the room, we shut away from the world, they will know. And I'm just writing, trying to get interviews booked for the show, for the platform. And my mom said, you all right? You very quiet, because I was quiet in the room. She thought I was asleep. And another thing is when people are depressed, they sleep a lot. And that's something that I would do if I was depressed or just down. I would just sleep. But she came and she knocked and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. She said, open the door. Let me see. I wasn't crying or anything. I was just happy. I was just writing. So I had to show it to her. But my mom will know. And she'll be like, okay, I'm going to this place. You make sure you're good. Don't stay in that room for a long time. And she'll even know if I'm sad or something's on my mind. She can see it in my face, because body language doesn't lie. Your face doesn't lie. And they pay attention to the most inanimate things, your body language, your face, your mood, your attitude. They can tell the tone of your voice, which we try not to yell at them because we don't want to get a skittle upside our head. But my mom is the same way. She'll know something. She's a Libra. I'm a Scorpio. And the thing about Libras and Scorpios is that intuition. We know things. We go with a gut instinct feeling. And if it feels wrong, we just talk about it. And we let people know. My mom is the same way. She'd be like, come back here. Talk to me. Tell the truth. What's wrong? And we got to be like, yeah, I'm okay, mother. I'm okay. I'm okay. But they know. They're going to get it out of you. So Elin is not lying, and neither is Madeline, because whatever you're hiding, whatever you think you're trying to do, as much as we wanted to sneak out the house when we were younger, do things, as much as we wanted to, we couldn't, because they'd be right outside waiting. They'd be like, parents know, mothers know everything. So I had to pour out and give my mom her flowers, because she's such a courageous woman. She's even bolder. I could give it to her because she's bolder than me at times. Like, y'all think I'm bold as far as fashion and stuff. My mom is slowly but surely stepping outside of her comfort zone with style. So she's not responsible for that. She just let us develop our own creativity and individuality, me and my brothers and my sisters. We just had our own personality. Like, everybody's not going to be the same. And that's what I also give her credit for, is each and every one of us finding her voice. Now, y'all think she's outspoken. My brother is twice times as worse. He served in the military, my brother, and he will let you know right up front what it is. And I don't know what it is. His zodiac sign, February 28th. So for him, he's right up front, vocal, straight to the point, and that's something that my mom has always been. We could be, and I'll give you another example of her outspokenness. And I've really calmed down because back in the day, the older Miss Steve would be ready to jump up, fight, curse people out, do something. But now I've kind of toned it down a little bit because I'm 30 and I'm an aunt. And when you hit 30, it's like that mouse, that light goes off like, do, 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 do. Okay, got to do something a little bit different here. And one day we were in the store line and the line was pretty long. And so my mom was like, what's going on here? There's only one cash. And it was a concern. I didn't make a big deal out of it because I like to wait. It doesn't bother me. I'm a very patient person. But my mom was just like, what is going on? All of these people are waiting in line to be checked out, to get out the store. They get their groceries and get out of the store. She was standing in line. She went and she tapped one of the store clerks, y'all. She tapped one of the store clerks, and it was a good thing. She said, can y'all open up another line? They opened up another register. So and the end result, she spoke up about it. My mom has always been vocal about it. Well, whatever it doesn't feel right, she's going to call it out right up front. So the same for me. I guess we are our mother's children. We are our parents' children, and we sometimes inherit things that we go back and we watch ourselves on television, and it's just like, wow, this. Even when I go back and watch some of my interviews, I'm telling you, no lie, and Elin, that was my next question for you. When you go back to your roles, do you see somewhat of your mother's instinct and some of the things that she would do, and you go back and watch, and it's just like, wow, I can't believe this is really happening right now. It's like I'm having an outer body experience because this is something that my mom would do. So for you, Elin, as an actress, when you are going in for certain characters, do you sometimes go back and look at your work and just sort of like reflect and say, wow, this is something that maybe my dad would do or my mom would do? It's like looking out of an outer body experience or a parallel mirror, shall I say.
Um, if Well, I haven't actually thought about it like that, if my parents would do it. I usually play insane people, like crazy people. Uh, but I mean, we all are a bit crazy, all of us. But I, I think I think if I'm gonna be honest, I have to go back and look and just see if anything my parents would do it in a similar situation or if they would say something like that. But so I have to go back and watch. But yeah.
For me, it's going back and watching some of my interviews, and I'll be like, oh my God, like I can't believe this is happening right now. Like, am I turning into my mother? As we grow older, we would see ourselves doing certain things that our mom or our dad would probably do. And my mom would be like, you know who you like? You're just like me, because you sometimes get emotional too. And she's right. And she says, it's going to happen one day to each and every one of you when you create your own families. And it's happening with my brother because I see it when I see my brother parenting as a new dad. I see a little bit of my mom and I see a little bit of my dad in him as well too. And me and my brother look just alike. The same for my mom. We look just alike. I have to show y'all a picture of my brother one day on the show. But when I see my brother parent with my nephew, I see some of what we growing up were raised to see and how we were raised and how we were brought up with as far as making sure that the baby is fed. Right now, my nephew is starting to crawl, so that's a big step. And I said, uh-oh, when he starts to walk, you're in trouble. He's already sitting up, eyes wide open, looking around, investigating, checking out the scenery. Uh, he's even starting to grab, like he'll have this little grab, like like a little lobster claw. Like he's got these little fists, and then his legs gotten so chunky. So I mean, those are little things that we wouldn't take for granted. But to see ourselves within our own families, I don't have kids, I have a nephew, but what I see is the way my mom and my grandmother would raise me and my cousins and my siblings as well too, and how they fed us and took care of us when we were babies. So it's that nurturing instinct. It's human nature. But watching some of my interviews, I would go back and I'd be like, yeah, you look like, I get it a lot. You look like your mom. You sometimes sound like your mom. And that sounds like something your mom would do. I've heard that from my grandmother on several occasions because we do mirror each other. We look just alike. And it's so crazy. It's just like, can I have my own face? I have my own personality. Um, as far as style goes, I try to get my mom to step outside of her comfort zone and try different colors in fashion. And she does. And she'll sometimes come to me and ask me, not just to do her hair, of course. She takes advantage of me as her own personal hairstylist. But, and I love it. I love what I do. But also style. She'll come and ask me, how do you think this will look with this top and these pair of pants or this skirt? She'll ask me, or what kind of shoes should I wear with this? Or what earrings? She'll always ask for my input. So I have to make sure that she's right for anything. So it's so funny now how in 2024 the tables are turning on us as the adults, and we're seeing our parents just sit back and like, okay, I'm gonna sit in the passenger side. You're in charge of this ship right here. You're driving, so we're gonna let you steer it. We taught you everything you need to know. Now it's time for you to take advantage of that and use your lessons that we taught you. So that's to anybody. Yeah.
Yeah. I I'm very happy for everything that I've been taught ever since I was a kid, that I'm continuing being taught, because there is a lot I've learned and a lot that I'm still learning, and there is a lot more that I still haven't really figured out yet, even in my 30s. But you know what? I have a very wonderful life, a wonderful family, wonderful friends, fantastic careers, and I'm happy for any advice I get, whether I take it or not. So I'm happy for it.
Now, another thing Mick told me that you guys have coming up is you're going on tour. You're going to be doing interviews at South America. So that is very, very big. Are you excited?
Very,
It,
very nervous.
you guys are going to have so much fun. It is beautiful. It is very beautiful. And you said you're going to New Orleans. New Orleans is beautiful, and now South America. So it's just going to be an amazing summer for you guys. And congratulations to all of you. And of course, Mick is going to post pics. She always keeps me in the loop as to what's going on. When I told her that you were coming back on the show, well, I think we set it up the last time. She was very excited, and she was just giving me all of the scoop of what has since then happened. So Madeline says you're going to rock it.
Yeah. Thank you, Madeline.
It's going to be fabulous. You guys are going to enjoy it. And just going from place to place to place from interview, the scenery is just, South America is beautiful. So I can't wait to see that from you guys. And again, 2024 has been a great year of just blessings pouring into the people that I've interviewed and surrounded myself with, and not only just them, but myself as well too. I have my interview with Marcos Luis next month coming up. We're booked all the way up until August. We just got some September dates booked as well too. So this has been an amazing year for me, and not only for me, but the people that I've had on this platform. And it's because we've stayed dedicated to what we are doing and what we love the most, and that is providing entertainment. And my way of providing, I'm not an actress by any means. I only had one role, and that was it. But I would love to do more acting. I would love to explore more acting and tap into that feeling, to tap into those emotions that I feel I have bottled up inside. And as an actress, I'm pretty sure Ellen can relate to that, and any other actor or anybody who's viewing in the audience, you tap into a certain emotion. And the producer and director or the writer of that project, they expect you to pull whatever it is that you have inside of you out. Let us see it. Raw, real emotion. And speaking of Marcos, hi Marcos. We were just talking about you. And for those of you who don't know, Marcos is the host of One Mic Night podcast, and I will be going on his show next month. So I'm pretty excited and nervous at the same time because I'm sitting in the seat all day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, hosting this platform here. And Marcos was one of the guests. And I got to ask the questions. He's going to be asking me questions. So this interview with him is going to be very personal, deep, and intimate to me because I want people to get to know more about Miss Stevie. Other than she's a girl who loves fashion, she's a girl's girl. She's all about empowering women. She's all about empowering people in the queer community. She's all about empowering everybody. That's all you guys know about me. And I give amazing interviews. But I want people to know about the upbringing. So, yeah, it starts from there. It starts at home. And Marcos, I felt comfortable with doing that interview with him. So I'm going to let him, he's in charge. It's his platform. He's going to be steering the ship. I'm going to be a passenger in it. So I'm a little nervous because I don't know what he's going to ask me. But who was it? I think it was Kevin. Kevin J. Stone said, you got this. You're going to do well. And I know. But I'm just nervous because it's just like, I'm a little rusty. It's been a minute since I've done an interview. And then Mark Denham, him and Stephen Ham are starting their a podcast together. So I can't wait to see that. And they asked me to come on. So I'm excited for that as well, too. I can't wait. There's just a lot of great things that are happening for the Style by Stevie brand altogether because I put in the work and I've been doing this tirelessly. Sleepless nights, making sure that everything is set up each and every day for a perfect interview. And the same for Elin here. Like, she has a lot of things coming up. Again, 2024 is the year of the woman. And as a woman, as women, we claim it. Definitely. We claim it because it hasn't been an easy journey because you've got to fight all of these things out here in the industry. But we still keep going. And that's what makes it amazing, is that we're resilient and we're here. Madeline says it will be awesome. You will also rock it. Thank you. Yes, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous because when I had Marcos here the last time for our second interview, we had a first one and this was the second one. He kind of flipped the script on me. And he was asking me questions like, what makes you feel this way? What makes you, he asked me a question to the extent of, what makes you shine or different from other hostess or host of a platform? I would have to say my quirkiness, because I like to have a good time. I love to laugh. Another thing people don't know about me is I sometimes pull pranks on people, so you better watch out. I love to pull pranks. I love to make people laugh behind the scenes as well too, and just crack jokes. I'm human. And that's another thing I want people to know about me, is they think I'm always serious and engaged and focused and in tune of what's going on in the real world. But I have a humorous side. I love to laugh. And I sometimes show that here on this platform. But I do it because I don't want people to get bored. People get bored so easily. And they have such a short attention span. And being in show business, you got to keep people entertained. And if I can be a relief, or myself or Ellen or anybody in the entertainment business can be a relief to anybody that is watching us, we've done our jobs at the end of the day. And that's because they walk away with a smile, or they will sometimes leave you a DM or come up to you and say, I know someone who's like your character, or I know someone you remind me of. The DMs that I've been getting them was, oh my God, your interviews, girl, you've done amazing. Great job. Or, how did you know how to ask these questions? The questions people will sometimes ask me about, the questions like, you're very good. And I have to think of things outside of what inspires you. Because that is a question we all get tired of hearing. What inspires me the most is God, my mom, my grandmother, the women around me. I'm surrounded by powerful women who are like warriors. and they will go to the world, the end of the world, with their spear in hand, screaming like gladiators, like all sorts of things. Those are the type of women that I was raised by. They don't play about their families. They're very protective. They're about their business. And one thing I can say my mom has also taught me, she taught me how to be an independent woman. She taught me how to stand up and fight for other people as well too. And I think I get the nurturing spirit and aspect from her instantly. Like when I see somebody down, I instantly want to take them under my wing. And that's for any woman. I'm pretty sure Elin and Mick are the same way. Well, me and Elin have a mom, and Mick is like a mom to us. I call her a boss lady. I gave her a nickname. I call her boss lady. And she created this, again, when I had my last interview with Mark, I told him she created a diamond in the rough, because this magazine brought us all together. This publication, we all come from different walks of life, different aspects, different backgrounds. And I'll never forget the day that she reached out to me to ask me to be a part of her publication. She came to me and she DM'd me one day and she asked me something to the extent of, would you like to write for my publication? I didn't know what the publication was about, but all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm hearing ding, 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 ding. My phone is binging and going off. It's a group chat. She added me to a group chat and she was like, hey, y'all, welcome Miss Stevie to the group chat. And then my name is being spammed. My name is going through there. Everybody's welcoming me. I'm like, what is this? I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. It's a magazine, it's a publication. So she reached out to me and she added me to this publication. She said, we love your fashion, we love your sense of style and your eye for fashion. You'd be great for this publication. And I'd say I have a glass eye for fashion because I like things that are out of the ordinary. I like things that are beautiful, that grab people's attention, that make people say, like the Christian Dior post that I posted a few days ago. My mom said, what is that? I said, it's a woman. And she just has the veil over her head. And she was covered. If you guys seen the picture, you know what I'm talking about. But she said, what is that? I said, Mama, this is couture fashion. This is not like your everyday suit, blazer, or power suit you're wearing to go out to have brunch with your friends or whatever. This is couture fashion. Couture fashion is the type of fashion that you would not see people walking out in every day, unless you're Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City, who was one of my idols. I love Sarah Jessica Parker. And Carrie Bradshaw is one of my favorite characters on Sex and the City. Well, I think I'm a little bit of Carrie, because Carrie brings the party. She will show up to brunch. And I'm pretty sure you watched Sex and the City, Ellen. There's Samantha, Miranda, Charlotte, and then there is Carrie. And I would definitely be the Carrie of the group, because you say come dressed casual, I would do the complete opposite. I'm the type of girl that would come in thanks Cyndi Lauper's tulle skirts back in the day. It would be bigger than that. It would be a little bit bigger than that. But I had to explain to my mom what couture fashion was, and then I showed her pictures and things. She was like, you're so knowledgeable on it. And hi, Bagnalls, photo ops. Welcome. Welcome. Again, when Mick created this publication, she created a diamond in the rough to be able to put us all together. Us not know each other, and then we just started flowing, and I mean connecting with each other, with one another. I mean, you've got Mike in the group. You've got Steven. You've got Mark. You've got Elin here. Who else is in the group? Mick is in the group. It's so many people. Da Vinci is in the group as well, too. So, I mean, it's all of us, and we come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, different business aspects. Andrea as well, too. I forgot about her. I forgot anybody charged to my heart, but she wanted all of us to have an input on things and to see what each other's been working on, what we've all been working on as well. And we talk about it, and she publishes it in her magazine. She lets us use our own creativity for this publication. And Mick, if you are here, again, we can't give you enough flowers for starting something so amazing that brought us all together. And us not knowing each other, talking and having conversation in the group chat, because I go back and I check the group chat and she's adding somebody new to the group, introducing us to somebody new who's just as creative as us. And it's an amazing experience. So again, I'm thankful for Mick to give me this opportunity to follow my heart and my dreams, desires, which is fashion. That's all I know. Fashion and beauty is all I know. And the same for Madeline. Madeline, her photography, again, I can't stop picking on Madeline because her photography it's just like none other. So if you go back in time to the black and white cinemas, you will see
Hmm.
exactly what she's trying to capture because she shot with Elin here, and the photo shoots are just so beautiful. And that comes from having what I like to call a glass eye. When you have a glass eye, it's something I made up. You're creative. You just have a taste for beauty. You have a taste for the most beautiful things, and it's captured in time. And I've seen pictures of Dorothy Dandridge in black and white. I've seen pictures of Josephine Baker in black and white. I've seen pictures of Cher in black and white. I've seen pictures
Hmm.
of Marilyn Monroe, who is one of my favorites, and I have two photos of her. If you guys look at today's look of the day, she's sitting on my dressing table where my fragrances and stuff are, and then I have one that is sitting up above over my chair. So I've seen pictures of Marilyn in black and white, of course. Sophia Loren is another one. Bridget Bardot, seen her in black and white, who's another one. Uh, Princess Grace in black and white, and then in color. The most beautiful women captured in time. Those are photos that people that you can't reshoot. You can't reshoot them because when this photographer shot this photo of this beautiful woman, it's captured. It's a certain essence about it. And that's what Madeline captures in her photography. So I can't stop picking on Mick and Madeline for putting their creative forces together and making something extraordinary. Because when you're, I think of Vogue magazine. If you look, all of us growing up as girls and women, we look at Vogue magazine. Who hasn't picked up an issue of Vogue magazine? And you see the pretty woman on the cover, and we're just like, oh my God, she's so gorgeous. How did they capture this photo? Her hair is either blowing 9 times out of 10, or she'll just be standing on some train, or so. I mean, the most beautiful things. I've seen the most beautiful covers of Vogue. And Harper's Bazaar is another one too. They like to capture beauty. Jill Ben Simone is one of them. He captures some of the most beautiful. Ines Venuta. They've both shot for Vogue. And to see their Stephen Meiser is another one. Stephen Meisel is another one. They capture the most beautiful images of fashion and art. And
Yeah,
Madeline does the same thing. So she
yeah,
says, thank you.
she's so fun to work with. Like Madeline is so easy to work with. So when you say that she captured beauty, it's like it's because
Yes.
you feel safe with her when she takes photos.
And it's like she tells a story and she brings the story to life. And a photographer that is willing, that is open to telling the model story, letting the model, she doesn't even have to speak. She can just smile and her beauty is captured. Her essence is captured. So when I do photography, I try to be, when I take my selfies or whatever, I try to be as playful as the models in Vogue or the high fashion magazines, the couture fashion magazines. That's what I try to capture. And for any of us, we go back and we try to emulate these poses in the mirror because I know I try to. I'll look at a picture of Cara Young or Cindy Crawford or any of the top supermodels, Naomi Campbell, any of them, and I try to capture their essence. So Mick says, you guys make an awesome team. And I'm checking Madeline out after this. Thank you for saying this show. For yes, her photography is beautiful, Marcos. And it's something you have to check out. Like they did a shoot with Ellen in the snow, in the cold. I remember Ellen us telling us about that. And the things they had to go through to get that shot. Because I know as women and as fashion girls, you beauty is pain. So I don't care what type of weather it may be. It can be scorching hot, 80, 90 degrees. I'm going to make sure that I take a perfect photo in any outfit of the day. It has to be perfect. And I don't care if you see a little sweat, a little glow. I'm going to make sure that my body is somewhere glowing so that you see that. And another thing is that lighting. Photographers know lighting. Yes,
Yeah.
Madeline says about the jumping. So she wanted you to jump in a photo.
Yeah, it was the latest shoot for the jumpsuit and this necklace. It's for Sarah Thea Moda. And so she was like, okay, so you need to jump. And I was like jumping. And she's like, okay, but you need to move a little bit. And I was just like jumping. And it was just, it was so fun because I'm so used to standing still and moving in a certain way, making horror very vintage kind of style, very old fashioned kind of style photos. So when she told me, okay, jump and look playful, and it was just like, okay, I'm gonna jump, and it was either we could, it was like we were laughing so much because it was like either I'm making a very weird face or it was just like it was so much fun. It was hilarious. You know, and we're gonna
Again,
continue jumping.
they try to capture that essence. They want you to be playful. They want
Yeah.
you to be excited in the photo shoot and bring that beauty to light so that everyone can, so that photographer can capture that moment. The models in Vogue magazine had to do the same thing. Like there's literally a picture of Naomi Campbell, Linda Evangelista, and I think it's Tatiana. All three of them are on a motorcycle together. And I think it was pretty, it's like they backed all the motorcycles together and the models is, you guys, I have to find that cover. But it's beautiful how they make things come to life. And Madeline says it was so fun. It was good for you out of your comfort zone.
It was. I am so grateful for that. It was so much fun. We had we had an amazing time.
And that essence, that beauty, that light, when you know that light in your photos and you bring that vision to life through that light, you've got a hit on your hands. And I've seen some of the most beautiful. When I think of modeling, I think of Audrey Hepburn. You guys have seen the movie Funny Face. That's one of my favorite Audrey Hepburn movies. She's a model in the movie, and he's telling her to go fishing, and a fish actually jump out, and then it just froze, and the photo was taken. It was beautiful, and then he told her to cry. It's one scene where he told her to cry, and she said, "Act like you're leaving someone you love." He kisses her, and she stood there, beautiful. He captured that moment of her and just crying, just being sad. So that is one of my favorite movies. When I think of fashion and beauty going hand in hand, I think of Funny Face. Uh,
Yeah.
Me and you, we have to go to Sweden to meet Ellen and make photos with Madeline too. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Come to Sweden. You will love it. Sweden is amazing and you like, oh my God, you would love Sweden.
Listen, Marco says he just took a look at the photography. Incredible photos, Madeline. And Ellen, great modeling job too. He says they are
Thank
incredible.
you.
Yes, Sweden is beautiful. I've never, you know what? I've never been. I would love to go. So it's a place that I would love to go on my bucket list. Listen, I love beautiful scenery. And I know you can take lots of beautiful photos there in Sweden as well.
Mhm. Yeah, well, you're very welcome to Sweden. I would love to have you here. So you're welcome to come to Sweden.
And I would love to. I definitely would love to. So, a great conversation today. We talked on fashion, capturing the essence of beauty. We talked about our moms and
Mhm.
how amazing they are. We talked about our what's been going on for us the past few months, what's coming up. We touched on a number of things in today's show, Fashion Dolls. We are almost at the end of the road, and I'm glad that I got to close it out with my girl Elin here because it was needed. We needed to close out May. We are now heading into June, and a lot more is going to be in store for June as well too for all of us. A lot is coming up, so you guys just have to stay tuned. But one more thing before we close out. Madeline, keep doing what you're doing because you are telling a story through the models and you're capturing their beauty. And not only that, but when people look at these pictures, they can see themselves in the photos. 'Cause I know when I flip through Harper's Bazaar or I flip through the pages of Vogue or even our publication, mixed publication, Original Magazine UK, I see beauty. I see color. I see all of the things that I love to see when looking at a publication as such. Color draws the eye's attention. And that is something that we all have paid attention to is color. It's always something that's going to draw you in, that's going to stand out to you because the human eye sees something and it attracts the human. And that's what Madeline does through her photography. So any last minute thoughts or questions, fashion dolls? You are so welcome, Madeline. You and Mick keep on with this dynamic dynasty of just amazing girl power that you have shown the world to both of us here and so many other women that are after us as well. So thank you both for giving us just an incredible opportunity for loving on us and Marcos, thank you. I can't thank you enough. I'm coming on your show next month. I'm nervous, but I know it's going to be all right because I chose the right platform to go to. But yes, you are so welcome for the inspiration. And before we close out Fashion Dolls, any last minute questions or thoughts to myself or Elin? Because this was so refreshing. And we touched a lot on things today. Let's go through the list. We touched on our moms and how amazing they are, our families, their support. We touched on what is coming up for myself and Elin in the next few couple of months for June. It's going to be a lot. We also touched on photography and capturing the essence of beauty and what it means to capture art through life, through telling a story. Because when you act, you're telling a story. When you walk on the runway, you're telling a story. And your job is to wear those garments and bring those garments to life and make people say, hey, ooh, I want what she's wearing, or I want what he's wearing, or anybody's wearing for that nature. So again, the art of storytelling is a beautiful thing. It is amazing. And I'm so proud that I get to do it every single day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, where I come on and I allow my guests to share their stories with the audience. And the audience resonates with them. And they'll say, ooh, I've been through that. Or I know, or might know someone who will do that. Yep, we touched on that too. We touched on that too, Mick. Yep. We touched on that and what she has coming up with the horror film project as well too. And the tour that is going to be starting in South America. So it's going to be amazing. She's also going to New Orleans. She dished on that. A number of things that are coming up for the both of us. And I'm just super proud of all of us. For real, we are doing amazing. Keep doing what you're doing, all of us, because it is providing a service to the world. And so many people look up to us, and we just have to keep it going, you know. So, Fashion Dolls, do we have any last minute questions for myself or Elin here? Thank you, Mick. Thank you so much. And thank you for creating such an amazing publication, bringing us all together. We come from different walks of life, but we're getting to know each other's story. So the theme of today's show is the art of storytelling, being able to tell someone's story, may it be through imagery, excuse me, may it be through cinematography, film, may it be through walking, music, whatever it, walking on the catwalk, as I meant, or may it be through music, you are telling a story. And it is important that people get the story and it resonates with them at home also. So, all right, fashion doll. So without further ado, it is now time to close out. Elin, any gems of wisdom that you would like to give to anybody who is looking to tell a story or find a part of their life that they want to include into their story, what would you tell them?
Just if you're gonna tell the story, tell it as accurate as it is. And if you're gonna write it, then write it down. Have fun with it. Explore and just enjoy it. Let it take time, because writing a good story will take time. Um, Building up a good story in your life, it will also take time, but you will love it and it will be worth it.
Absolutely. And today's final thought comes from Thomas Edison. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. And this is motivational to me, because when you get up and you create a lane for yourself, you get up and you share your story with the world, which is the key theme of today's show, storytelling and the art of storytelling. You're allowing people to see your transparency. And this season, for me, season 18 has been one of the best seasons I've ever done. Season 17, it was just like, yeah, okay, we're here. I'm going to share this part of my life, but I'm just like, share more with people. People want to know you and your story. People are curious. They're always looking in. That's a good thing. They want to get to know you because they might have a part of your story that resonates with them, or know someone that might know us or have a similar story as well. And that is important to anybody. Transparency is key. Be as transparent as possible. And be protective with who you allow into your circle and into your life. Go where you are celebrated and not tolerated. And that was what the caption for my look of the day's photo. Go where you are celebrated and not tolerated. So I want you guys to remember that, fashion dolls. We are now heading into the weekend, kicking off a new month, June. Next week on the show, we have my friend, Ricky Taylor. He's going to be joining me. And we have Devon Howard, who's a singer and songwriter. He's going to be joining me as well, too. The June lineup will go up after this interview. So you guys will see the guests and who's coming on next week as well. And I will see you guys sometime next week, fashion dolls, starting off the new month of June. I love you all. And I want you guys to be amazing. And Elin, where can everyone check you out, girl? Because I know you got a lot, and I'm so proud of you.
Well, they can find me on any social media, YouTube, and with the films, with the new project, they are on film festivals and Amazon Prime. So yeah, so Instagram, Twitter. Oh no, it's not Twitter. It's X now. TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube.
And you guys can make your podcast, plug your podcast too, so they can go and check
Oh
you
yeah,
out.
my podcast, The Untitled Show by EMN. It's on Spotify and Acast.
Please make sure that you are going and supporting us as women, because we are doing the thing. Make sure you go out and support other women as well. To support Elin, check out her podcast and check out the project she has coming out. Special thanks to Mick and Madeline. It's just all women. It's a group of women. It's all of us, and we're all in our own lanes collectively. But shout outs to them too. Make sure you guys go and check out Original Magazine UK. And thank you, Madeline. You're amazing. So keep capturing that beauty and telling those stories through your photography. It is definitely seen because people are talking about it and they love it. So thank you, Madeline, for always coming through. She comes through every single episode religiously and supports. So We thank you all. And Ellen, as always, great chatting with you, girl. We got to do it again.
Thank you.
All right, Fashion Dolls, y'all take care. And we will see y'all next month, next week, kicking off the new month of June. You guys take care, and I will see y'all. You have a fabulous weekend. Take care, everyone.
Have a great weekend.